Project Baltimore is sponsored by the Snyder Law Group. Don't just sue them, Snyder them.
A growing number of candidates vying to be Baltimore's next mayor are calling for the city schools CEO to be replaced. According to her contract, Dr. Sonja Santelises has less than 2 weeks to inform the board if she wants a new contract. As Project Baltimore's Chris Papps explains, there's a chance the CEO could sign a new contract before voters go to the polls on May 14th. So the question arises, what happens if a new mayor is elected who doesn't support the head of city schools?
And so, without further ado...
As Baltimore City Schools CEO, Dr. Sonja Santelises oversees the education of 75,000 students and manages a $1.7 billion budget. She has arguably one of the most important jobs in Baltimore, but will she keep it? Last year, the CEO earned a base salary of nearly $350,000, but add in additional earnings, benefits, and perks, and Dr. Santelises earned just under $500,000 in total compensation.
During school year 2022,
the CEO is in her final year of her second contract, which expires on June 30th. She has until March 31st to alert the board of her intentions to stay or go, which is right in the middle of a contentious mayoral primary race. While the mayor does not have authority over the city school CEO, they have an important working relationship. The mayor appoints the majority of the school board, and the city funds 28% of the school system's budget. Baltimore has not had a Republican mayor in 60 years, so whoever wins a Democratic primary on May 14th will likely become the mayor. If Dr. Santelises decides she wants a new contract, she may already have that contract by May 14th, and that could strain the relationship between City Hall and the school system, because as of right now, most candidates for mayor have said they do not want the current CEO to get another contract. Project Baltimore sent an email to each of the 13 Democratic mayoral candidates asking if they support Dr. Santelises receiving a third contract as CEO.
We are celebrating someone who doesn't get celebrated often enough, if it was up to me.
Current Mayor Brandon Scott has been a strong supporter of Dr. Santelises. He did not respond to our email, but in 2022, he presented the CEO with a citation for her work at city schools. And he has appointed most of the school board members who will approve the next CEO's contract.
I think there needs to be some changes in leadership.
The other frontrunner, former Mayor Sheila Dixon, told Project Baltimore in May of last year that the CEO needs to go.
Because of all the challenges and the results that we're seeing in the schools.
But she has since softened her position. Dixon is no longer calling for Santelises to resign, but she is also not supporting the CEO.
Chairman Craig Thompson.
Dr. Santelises became City School CEO in 2016. Since then, many key metrics of the school system have gotten worse. Graduation rates, attendance, and college enrollment are all lower now than when she started. City Schools was certainly impacted by the COVID pandemic in 2020. But so is the rest of the nation. And the most recent federal test scores show Baltimore students declined more than the national large city average. Since 2009, when testing began, Baltimore's overall scores are down 13 points. The national large city average is down 2 points. Results like these have convinced City Schools teacher and candidate Wendy Basel to join the call for Dr. Santelises to be replaced.
I would have to call for her resignation.
But it's not just student performance that critics point to. The CEO's leadership has come under fire for controversies involving grade changing, inflated enrollment, and the treatment of students with disabilities. Mayoral candidates Thru Vignaraja and Bob Wallace both tell Project Baltimore they do not support Santelises receiving another contract before the primary. Vignaraja writes, that decision should be up to whoever is elected on May 14th. It is ridiculous to tie the hands of the next mayor on a decision as critical as who will lead our city schools. While Wallace said he does not support a new contract at all, writing, "It's time for new leadership to bring about the transformative change our students need." In all, 8 of the 13 Democratic candidates for mayor responded to our email, stating they do not want Santelises to sign a third contract at this time.
I will go through the roll call for each vote.
Project Baltimore reached out to the city's school board asking if they will delay voting on the CEO's contract until after the May 14th primary. The district replied, saying in part, "We continue to collaborate with the CEO regarding her future, but don't have an announcement to make at this time." You can read the full responses we received from the Democratic candidates on our website, foxbaltimore.com. We also reached out and asked the same question to the 3 Republicans who are running for mayor. You can see their responses as well. I'm Chris Pabst, and this is Project Baltimore. I'm Chris Pabst. Thanks for watching. Here's another story to watch. Also, if you have a story idea, please send us a message.